EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
They're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. From the gun, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Fourth down.
So on fourth down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A nice gain of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
4th down.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10. Going deep for Diggs. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
To
Stephon Diggs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bills have taken the early lead. And it's 7-0 Buffalo.
Makes the score Bills 7, Ravens nothing.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
2nd and 7.
Play action. It's Jackson rolling to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. It's taken to the 26. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Singletary to get the drive started. He's got the first down and more past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
A gain of 17 yards. First down, Bills.
They'll run here with Singletary. 2
2
yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He'll rifle this one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And he's able to put it through.
Makes the score Bills 14, Ravens nothing.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Got a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. The throw there finding its way to Boyle. That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
27 yards there, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it.
And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And he will take it on out to the 20-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, Allen. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
49-yard gain.
A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Singletary here running out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. This will be caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Touchdown, Buffalo.
Dawson Knox, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills will extend their lead. And he knocks it through.
Makes the score Bills 21, Ravens nothing.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
At the 48-yard line.
48-19. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Hey, look, 48.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
He was
Malik Harrison on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Bills.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The Ravens on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. Flushed out right, and now he's going to use his legs. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Tre'Davious White with a pick.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters. Meaning, after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Dawson Knox with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bills continue to pour it on.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory, just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Jackson's pass, intended for Mark Andrews, incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
Baltimore Ravens. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one is right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal. Not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
That'll be taken about a yard deep.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the 1st half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
This will make it into the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good 1st half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice 1st half that we've had, guys, but
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Devin Duvernay.
His third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
The kick is
and it's up and good.
Makes the score Bills 31, Ravens 10.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
First play of the drive there is incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen finding Knox there, complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Allen from the gun on third down. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
It's a gain of 8.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Now Jackson on first down. Flushed. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Ed Oliver able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard.
At the 34-yard line.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson under pressure again, and down he goes again. Trent Murphy able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Allen. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. A big play here for the Bills. 42 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown.
To Dawson Knox.
8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bills will add on to their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
2nd and 5.
Four receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. Jackson now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Jerry Hughes coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. By the way, 3rd quarter now in Cincinnati as we take a look at the NFL scoreboard. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Going deep for Diggs. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big pickup of 38.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Operating from the gun, Allen. And Beasley with it over the middle. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on.
Bass on for the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Bills 45, Ravens 10.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
At their 48-yard line.
On second down, a run with Dobbins.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Right back to Dobbins on first.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
50-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. Going to throw right side here, complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
To throw is Jackson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Ed Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, it's brought in here by Willie Snead.
Complete.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Devin Duvernay
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens are in for 6. And that'll cut the lead down to 28.
Makes the score Bills 45, Ravens 17.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Singletary.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
No, he almost had him. Already with 1 interception, just missing his second there.
And 4 yards to go.
Now Allen off the bootleg. And he completes it to the tight end Knox. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Pick up of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun, Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Complete to
Dawson Knox there to make the grab. And this offense is running away with this one.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
3-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
Ball carrier.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the 30.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the counter now, it's Dobbins.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
And there the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
But what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense, get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish him with your blocking. You just position him. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
2nd and 12 at the 45-yard line. Today's final score, Bills.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Buffalo, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.